Hey guys, so welcome to my my book review series. So I have a mini book review series where I'll just go like a little summary over the book and stuff of like how I felt about it and stuff. Well, this one will be like me more going in depth about like ships in a book or like just a book series in general. So today I literally just did a I just did a mini book review on one of the books in the series, but we're gonna be doing Percy Jackson. And we're going to mainly be focusing today on just the evolution of Percabeth in this book series is crazy. And I might go in a little bit into Heroes of Olympus and stuff, we'll see. It depends on how much time I have, and I have like 40 minutes probably. Okay, so we're just going to go over like, if you don't know what Percabeth is, so Percy Jackson is one of the most like, I would say anyways, best book series ever. It's like an OG book series. If you have read books and you have not read this, you have to read this. No matter what age you are, you still have to read it. And like in this, it is about a boy finding out that he is the son of a god, Poseidon. And like Kronos, the Titan Lord, is coming back and they have to go over and defeat him and everything. Well, the two best friends, Percy and Annabeth, both have crushed on each other and they don't realize it until like the 5th book, and it gets kind of annoying. So just to warn you, there's like spoilers in this and stuff. Okay, let's just get into it. So first we have Lightning Thief, where they first meet. And in this book is when Percy finds out he's a half-blood. They go on like the quest to go get Zeus's bolt back, okay? This one, when they first meet, I need to read you guys a quote from this. It is one of the best known, I have to find the quote, so it's gonna take me a minute. But this is one of the best, this is one of the most known quotes in this whole series. And, it's like, geez, it's like, I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know where it went. It's like I have to find it. It's gonna take me a minute. Okay, so I just found it. And, gosh. So, this is like he just woke up and everything, and then this happens. And he's meeting Annabeth. She glanced at the Minotaur horn in my hands, then back at me. I imagined she was going to say, "You killed a Minotaur," or "Wow, you're so awesome," or something like that. Instead, she said, "You drool when you sleep." Then she sprinted off down the lawn, her blonde hair flying behind her. One of the most known quotes in this whole series. Like, by far. It is probably the second best known quote in this series that isn't, "Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood." Like, I'm being completely for real with you right now. It's one of the most known. So we have this, then they go on the Thrill Ride of Love when they're trying to get Ares thing. Now there's 2 different versions of it. The TV show version, I will not be talking about the movies at all in this, because the movies are trash. I'm just being honest with you. So there's the book version of this, and then the show version of this. Me personally, I like the show one better, because like, it's like a little bit more romantic, because in this, it's that Ares shows up like the bottom of a huge pool thing, and they have to go in there, and there's a bunch of spiders and everything. And then in the show, it's like they're literally in a tunnel ride of love that's telling Hephaestus' story and stuff like that. So I just like that better. They get back and everything, and then like oh, she's glad he didn't die by Zeus and stuff. Okay, so we have Lightning Thief. Okay, now we have Sea of Monsters. Now, if you watched the show and never read the book, there is not that much yearning that there is in the show in this book. Like, the show is crazy. But in this book, starts off, he is at school with his new friend Tyson, and long story short, a bunch of giants show up and start doing fireballs and stuff. She saves them, blah, blah, blah. They go into the sister's taxi, they get to camp and stuff, find out Tantalus is there, and they get sentenced to dishwashing duty. Well, anyways, they get the quest and stuff, but Clarice gets the quest, but Clarice doesn't even pick Annabeth in this. So they sneak out and go to the Princess Andromeda and stuff and all that crap. Cersei's spot. Okay, so there's something about this. So in the show, probably one of the best known quotes from season 2 is Annabeth. If I had to pick between saving you or saving Olympus, Annabeth, I'd burn it all down. That's Percy saying to Annabeth, right? In this, that doesn't happen, which I'm kind of sad about. I think that would have been really good to have in the book. Just my opinion. In this book, though, the siren scene, dude. Oh my gosh. Especially when he like brings her to the water and stuff and she starts crying in his arms. I actually screamed when that happened. Like, I'm being so for real. I know I screamed when it happened. Well, and then they go over to Grover's thing and stuff. Annabeth gets hurt. Percy goes all crazy and stuff. They get all that stuff now. Then let's see the monsters. Sorry, that was like really quick because these next three, I'm trying to keep this video like under 15 minutes. And if I would have explained all that, that would have been good. Plus, I haven't really read that one in a long time. I just like watched the show of that season on repeat for the past 6 months. This next one is like where Percy realizes his feelings for her. And we have the Titan's Curse. Now we're getting a live action of it in December. If it's anything like the book, I'm excited as heck. And it probably will be because they've been doing good so far. So in this book, they go to Westover Hall, right? In the last book, Thalia was brought back to life and everything. And then in this book, they're at Westover Hall and they find the D'Angelo twins. Well, before that, they share a dance. Annabeth and Percy do. And, oh, wow, I was about to scream my head off when I read that. Like, oh my gosh. Like, they're dancing. They're freaking slow dancing. And they're friends. Friends. Guys, they say they're friends. And they're slow dancing. And what's about to happen in this book that I'm about to tell you is you're gonna be like, no, they're not just friends. So anyways, long story short, Annabeth falls off of a cliff on the Manticore's back, and they don't know where she is. Well, Percy, being Percy, runs to the cliff and is weighing his options to jump off or not and try to find Annabeth because it's Percy. And Artemis says no and stuff. He gets mad at Artemis, and they go back and everything, and then Zoe Nightshade, she's one of the hunters, gets a quest for Artemis. She takes Thalia, Grover, herself, Bianca, and Phoebe. Well, Phoebe gets poisoned from a shirt that the Stolls gave her, so they don't go. So she doesn't go, but they don't bring Percy. Percy sneaks off on Blackjack because he wants to save Annabeth, but is using her because he wants to save Artemis. But we all know why he wants to go. But anyways, so they go and everything, and then they're everywhere and stuff like that. And then they get to the junkyard of the gods, okay? I'm skipping over a bunch of these major plot points because they aren't really, like, important to Percabeth, so. But, and they get to the junkyard. So they're at the junkyard, and then a limo pulls up. And Ares, the god of war, that Percy, like, defeated the god of war as a 12-year-old? I think it was. Yeah, as a 12-year-old. Wait, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 12-year-old. Guys, remember, he's a 12-year-old. He defeated the god of war. So, not Percy. Ares comes out with a sword at Percy's neck, which is, like, uncalled for to me. Because Percy can, like, do what he did last time. And he shoves him in the limo. Well, all the others go to a taco stand that Ares just opened. Don't really get how that works, but... And then Aphrodite's in there. And he says that Aphrodite looks like a celebrity. It looks like Annabeth. And then Aphrodite's telling about how he has... Oh, whoa, guys. I'm sorry. I'm getting, like, way too worked up about this. But, so, Aphrodite asks Percy about, like, why he's on the quest. And Percy says to save Artemis. And Aphrodite looks at him and goes, what's the reason? He goes, to save Annabeth. And she goes, aha. And then she's talking about this whole tragic love story. And she talks about how he's fully in love with her. And he goes, what? In love? I don't even like her. And Aphrodite being Aphrodite, like, we're all reading this right now. And we're all looking at you like, Aphrodite says, yes, you are, and gives him a hard love life and stuff. Well, anyways, he's also having dreams about Annabeth this whole entire time. So, like, and then they get to Mount, forgot the name of it, not important, and they fight Luke and stuff. Percy holds this guy, Annabeth had held this guy before and stuff, and they get back, and, like, yeah, that whole thing happens. I don't even, oh, sorry guys, I'm looking for something. Oh, and then Nico turns out to be the son of Hades because Bianca had died. So they try to help him and stuff. Now, we're on to the good part. Oh, and also in this book, he meets a girl named Rachel Elizabeth Dare, and that's going to come in handy for this next book and The Last Olympian. So the next we have is The Battle of the Labyrinth. This book, I know I'm saying this about all these, but literally with this book, I threw my tablet. Because I was reading on my Kindle, because I didn't have this copy yet. I freaking threw my tablet. Because of what happened in this book. Okay? So we start off where Percy, literally, I will read you what Sally says in this. So we start off where Percy's in the car with Sally, and they are going to, sorry guys, I'm really just trying to find this right now. Yeah, I found it. Okay, so he's in the car with Sally. They're about to go to an orientation. Then Annabeth is meeting him in New York, and this is what Sally says. I'm sure orientation will be fine, Percy. It's only one morning. Great, I mumbled. I can get exploded before I even start the school year. Think positive. Tomorrow you're off to camp. After orientation, you got your date. It's not a date, I protested. It's Annabeth, Mom. Jeez. She's coming all the way from camp to meet you. Well, yeah. You're going to the movies. Yeah, just the two of you. Mom! Like, even Sally is shipping them, y'all. Percy's mom. Like, well, anyways, so they go there, and Rachel Elizabeth Dare is there, and she's a clear-sighted mortal, so she can see, like, all this stuff in Greek mythology. Well, Annabeth's out there, and Percy runs out of the school, which is in flames. And then Rachel goes behind her, and we get jealous Annabeth. Annabeth, like, eyeing her and stuff. And they go back and everything. They go into the labyrinth and everything. And then we jump to where Percy is about to get rocketed out of a volcano. And because Annabeth doesn't know she's ever seen him, kisses him for the first time. And he's just, like, sputtering and blushing. And she goes, stay Stevie brain, and leaves. Like, well, anyways, he gets rocketed off, goes to Calypso's island, and then he crashes his own funeral. Like, literally, Annabeth's in the middle giving a heartfelt speech and just crying and stuff. And then all you see is Percy in the background, like, that's literally what it is. And I'm like, when I read that, I was like, what? So Annabeth runs over to him, hugs him and everything. And then they have to get a Rachel Elizabeth there to help them. Like, she was not happy about that. And this whole thing happens. Rachel hits the Titan Lord in the eye with a blue plastic hairbrush. And then, like, Percy's memorized Rachel's number and everything. I'm like, okay. Like, why? But anyways, and then, we'll move on to this one. The Last Olympian. I finished, like I said, I think I did say something. I think I finished it in like 4 to 5 hours because I actually couldn't put it down. And let's just say I couldn't. Okay? And in this book, I just couldn't, okay? So, I'm not going to go over a lot of it because, like, running a little bit up on time here and it's taking up my storage. But I'm going to go over the major points. So, Percy, like I went over in my little mini review over on my shorts, is Percy bathes in the river Styx, and Annabeth is his mortal, like, tie point, okay? Then Annabeth takes a knife for him, and if she hadn't taken the knife for him, then he would have died because it would have hit his Achilles curse, which is in the small of his back. So he goes over to her, shows her where his Achilles curse is, and she touches it, and he says, like, 1,000 volts of electricity go up it. Like, that's not really something that you say. And then what happens is that they're up on Olympus, and then, like, the sky's falling, like, the bridge is falling and stuff, and they jump, and they wind up, like, tangled with each other and hugging and everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then after that happened, Percy, they won and everything, and Percy's offered immortality, and everybody in Annabeth's life has left her, and he says no. Like, no. And he says, even in his POV, that it was pretty much for Annabeth, that he said no. I'm like, okay. And then they get back, and it's Percy's birthday, and Annabeth bakes him a cupcake, and he confesses his love for her. She confesses his love for him. They kiss. All the camp is watching, and they throw them into the lake, and then they throw them down. And, oh my gosh, they have an underwater kiss. And then you go into Heroes of Olympus, which I will be going over a different day. But, yeah, I'm sorry, I got, like, really into that, because I just love this series so much. And, like, y'all, I gotta show you this, dudes. It's, like, actually so cool. Sorry, I was gonna get something really quick. Look at that, y'all. It's a matching thing. I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't. But yeah, so that's it for today's book review, which was Percy Jackson. Next will probably be Heroes of Olympus, Percabeth. And then we're going to be going into the good stuff like Selangelo in the Trials of Apollo. Like, oh my gosh. With, like, the Sun and the Star and all that good stuff. And I might also do, like, the Naturals, because I've already done a mini review on that, and I kind of want to do, like, Cassie and Dean's relationship, so I don't really know what I'm going to do. But, yeah.